Sorry, I'm late. Kim Howerton and I were sitting there talking, and I totally lost track of time. Ooh, my backpack is so heavy, y'all. Seriously, it's so heavy. Okay, I'm gonna find my earbuds because I'm guessing I might need my earbuds, but I'm not positive. It might be better with my earbuds. How about that? I don't have to talk as loud because then the earbuds are in my head instead of all the way over there. Ooh. My earbuds are blue. I don't know why my earbuds are blue. Ooh, something must have... I don't know. Oh my gosh, this is so funny. Okay, we'll see. Oh, good, they connected. And hopefully, oh Lord, did it cut off sound because it connected? It probably did. Would be so typical. So hi guys, if you can hear me, say hello and let me know where you're watching from. If you can't hear me, tell me you can't hear me because that's typical for me. It says I've got 6 people and a thumbs up. So somebody say something so I can see if my comments are working. Ooh, that's loud. Hi from Virginia. Okay, good. So you guys can still hear me. I honestly wasn't sure if you were going to be able to hear me or not. It's stuff stuck in my throat. Oh, good. I'm so glad. So today is the final day of the Metabolic Health Summit. And I am all the way up in Canada. Is it cold? It's probably still cold, huh? Hi, Allie. You made it. So it's the final day. Actually, everything is pretty much over right now. Everyone is packing up. All of the booths are packing up. I was going to go live yesterday and take you guys around with me to go see some of my favorite vendors. But there was literally no cell service at all. There was no Wi-Fi because they were live streaming the Metabolic Health Summit speakers at the same time. So it completely took up all of the bandwidth. So it wasn't an option. So I'm just kind of hanging out right now and watching people finish up and close up and clean up and things like that. So I, instead of going live, I videoed. I waited and waited and waited. Hi, Mealy. I kept waiting to see if the internet would get better, and it never got better. So instead, what I did is I waited until some of the other speakers went back in and started talking. Hi, Lana. And then it was quiet. And my reasoning behind that was, if I were to go back and do things again, they recorded all the sessions, and I will be able to rewatch all the sessions. But what I wouldn't be able to do is go out and do the networking part and go meet people and talk to all of these companies about their products and get to know the people. So I try to do kind of a balance of both, of being in the sessions and listening to the sessions, and also being out and talking to the vendors and the other people in that area. Because honestly, a lot of what I learned is fascinating and fantastic, but for you guys as an audience is ridiculously scientific. And what I got from it, and happy Mother's Day to everybody. Yes, thank you for reminding me that. I'm still because I'm not home, I'm forgetting that it's Mother's Day. So I figured that what you guys are actually gonna take away the most, there's few things that really hit me, and I was like, this is what I need to talk to my people about. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. It's like super, super noisy here. But I mean, like, y'all, some of the pictures that I took of these charts, like, that they put up, it's like the metabolic pathways for your entire body. There's like 1,000 tiny little notes and arrows and things. That's the kind of stuff that this was. Like, it was pretty intense for some of it. What it did is it completely and totally affirmed my belief that keto is more than just a weight loss diet. So much more. Things like it's protective against dementia and Alzheimer's, and that it helps with so many cognitive issues, and that building muscle is actually very important. And they talk about the connection with your mental state to your muscles and longevity. And I mean, so many things, guys, like so many things. So it just reaffirms that keto is much more than a weight loss diet. And that goes for carnivore. Now, they didn't talk a lot about carnivore at all. They're talking about a ketogenic diet. And there's a lot of people who are really trying to focus on carnivore as this all-inclusive, super healing diet. But these people, these doctors with MDs, PhDs, a lot of them have found better benefits with keto than with carnivore. And there's a lot of physiological reasons for that. And part of it could be that a lot of times super extremes are never a good thing. And one of the reasons that those extremes can sometimes be not so good is, like, for me personally, now that I went super strict all in carnivore, I developed a whole slew of intolerances to a lot of different kinds of plants. Yes, it absolutely shows that I have underlying issues like leaky gut and potentially autoimmune conditions and things like that. So I have to address those, and I have to try to fix those and heal those. But when you get to a point where your body doesn't want to just eat meat anymore, there's a lot of fixing that you have to do. So these doctors and a lot of these studies are being done on ketogenic diets, and including the veggies. And these people are finding incredible results, talking about spinal cord injuries and brain trauma and so many things. But they're like just staying at keto. They haven't taken it up to the next level of carnivore. And I know that you guys have been aware of some people in this space who were super strict all in carnivore, and now they're not anymore. They're kind of going back over to, I'm going to include some more things for various reasons. Some of those being keto things and some of them not being keto things. So there's so much to it. And what I like, one super big takeaway from this whole conference is one size does not fit all. It really doesn't. There are actually people who cannot do a ketogenic diet. They're very, very few and far between, but they do exist. These are people who are incapable of using ketones for fuel. There's a very, very small percentage of people who actually fall into this category. And so this is where we kind of get into the genetic testing. A lot of people have asked, well, what about the diet for your blood type? And what about the genetic testing to say what kind of diet you should eat? One of the last presentations was actually about that. And she kept it very simple and broke it down into language that you can understand. So I'm going to do a video on that because she kept it super understandable and attainable. And yet it was very obvious why these blood tests or these blood diets and the genetic testing diet are flawed, why that logic is flawed. And as usual, it's almost always because of the tests themselves and the way that they are performed and or the parameters. Like when they say that red meat causes cancer, they base that off of epidemiological surveys, food frequency surveys, where the questions are things like, how many cups of ribs did you consume in the last year? I don't know about you guys, but I don't exactly measure my ribs by the cupful. So, kind of ridiculous things like that. And that's basically what these blood type diets come down to. And it was just, honestly, that was one of the most fascinating discussions that was in there for me personally. And that's the one that I'm going to really focus on. I'm going to rewatch the session and I'm going to make a video explaining to you guys in a way that hopefully you'll be able to understand why those blood type diets and the get genetic testing to know what foods you should be eating, and even to some extent, like the allergy testing. There's nothing better than an elimination diet for figuring out what you're allergic to. But hopefully my video will help put everyone at ease when you hear, oh, well, for your blood type, you shouldn't be eating meat. You shouldn't be eating saturated fat. There's a lot more to it than what they are telling you about in those ads and things like that. So that was honestly one of my favorite presentations. I thought it was fantastic. Granted, I did not see everyone's presentation. I did try to come out during ones that were very, very medical and very, very scientific, because I knew that those were more on a cellular level, working with extremely sick or injured patients. So, yeah, I thought that would be better for me to make sure that I'm in on the ones that I can like relay to you guys a little bit better. Amelia said I saw you in the background in the doctor's life. Yeah. So I've been walking around all over the place talking to people, making new connections. I had lunch with Dave Feldman and Siobhan Huggins and Kim Howerton and Jeff. Oh, I had lunch with Jeff. Jeff is hilarious. He is the one of the guys that organizes Low Carb Denver. Got to meet him. Fantastic people. Like they're just so cool. So I had lots of fun talking to people. I got pictures. Had coffee with Amy Berger this morning. And of course hung out with Chris over at Keto Chow for quite a while. Diet Doctors. Yeah. Yeah. They were kind of right in the middle. So I was always like walking around them. Hang out with the Redmond people and the U.S. Wellness meets. Those gals were so much fun, and we hung out. I spent a lot of time at their table, honestly. So last night was the gala. I posted it on Instagram. I posted some pictures up on Instagram. I was gifted a ticket. Oh yeah, talked to Dr. Eric Westman. Stood out in the hallway with him for a little while, talking to him. I didn't have a ticket to the gala and was talking to the U.S. Wellness Meets girls, and their owner could not come. He couldn't be here, so they had his tickets to gift to someone, and they picked me. So I got to go to the gala with them, and it was so funny because it was a ketogenic meal. Well, with me and my issues right now, I'm dairy free for at least 2 weeks per Danny's request for the autoimmune, so we can see if dairy is taxing my immune system too much. And then I am sweetener free as well, sweeteners of all kinds. And Danny said she's not too worried about that. That was more of a 75 hard thing, but I forgot my book. I forgot this. Yeah. So I'm not on 75 hard right now. I failed that one, and I'm going to restart when I get back home. So went to the gala, and they were super accommodating. They brought out, the salad. I was like, I can't have that. They brought out the mushroom risotto. No, thank you. So then they brought out the plate, the dinner. I'll have to ask Jeff when low carb. You know what? Hang on. I got to find it. I'll find it. Thank you for asking if there's a conference. So then they bring out dinner. And dinner is U.S. Wellness Meats. And it is New York strip steak and chicken. It's drowning in sauce on top of vegetables. So I asked him, is there any chance that maybe you guys have any meat without sauce? If not, it's fine. I was perfectly fine just fasting. If not, they were super accommodating. They ran back to the kitchen and grabbed some meat without the sauce on it, brought that to me. So I ate that. It was wonderful. I had avocados for dessert because I can do avocados fine because they were handing out killer ice cream. Can't do dairy right now. And honestly, it was fine. Like, I just don't like being a problem child, but I didn't mind at all because I know how those foods make me feel. So check this out, lowcarbevents.com. This is the worldwide list of low-carb, ketogenic, carnivore, and related conferences, advertising, free, and open submissions. So lowcarbevents.com. There's that. You can QR scan it probably somehow, or you can just go to lowcarbevents.com. Chris from Keto Chow gave me this card. So if there's going to be anything in Denver or in Colorado, then this would be the place to find out about it. I got the cutest business card ever. Look at this. I loved it. So all of these products and all of these people, I went and I am going to get affiliate codes with a bunch of them. I went around and I recorded with them so that they could tell you about their products and so many fun things. Yep, there's Dave. There's Siobhan. There's Amy. There's the Hilton drink voucher. So many things. And my medical insurance cards. So I talked to a ton of people. Anyways, so much fun. They brought me the meat and I ate the meat. And about 10 minutes later, I got a headache and started to not feel good. And like my face today is a whole lot more red. I woke up, you can't see it super well, but there was like a rash up here, a little bit over here. So definitely still something. It's probably this, they probably cooked in seed oil. Like when they put out coffee tables here, they put out sugar, equal, and Splenda. So they were close. They were trying. So I'm sure they probably still cooked with seed oils, which is probably what this is. It's okay. Jeff suggested that we go out to seafood last night, and I was like, "Oh, I'm going to the gala. Probably should have gone for the seafood." I don't know that I would have been having this issue, but it was fantastic. Oh, hello, Keto Nana Erin B. Hello and welcome. And that's the thing. Do you guys remember when you were first keto? You didn't know everything. You didn't know that seed oils were bad or why seed oils were bad. Or you didn't know, we don't know everything. And so these companies that are trying to be accommodating, if it's not personal for them, they aren't putting forward the effort to learn more, which is why I'm so passionate about encouraging you guys to always want to learn more for yourself, to always educate yourself. it has to be personal because I can't tell you everything. There is so much to tell you. So if it's personal for you, then you want to learn more. These companies, it's not personal for them. It's business. An event wants to come here. The event's paying a lot of money to be here, and they are providing a service. It's not always going to be the highest quality service. So that is just kind of the reality of it. So I knew it was a risk. It was 100% worth it. I did not dance because my head was pretty upset by that point in time. And I didn't have my ketone people to go grab. Yeah, exactly. No sugar, no grains. For me, it's also no seed oils. That is honestly like one of my worst inflammatory foods is seed oils. But those are everywhere in everything. Just a little bit harder. So it was super fun. The girls over at US Wellness Meets were so sweet to invite me. I got to hold the bobblehead of their boss and get pictures and everything. So it was super fun. And next year, we'll see. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to the gala again or what I'm going to do, just because maybe by next year I'll be more healed and I'll be okay. And I'll be able to eat their full ketogenic. And it's not going to be here next year. I think it's in San Diego. So for my peeps who live in San Diego, then I would be able to see you, hang out, go out to dinner or something like that. My goal is to be more healed in the future, and then it'll be better. That would be fantastic, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let me see. Yeah, so I think that's about how things are going. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, and thank you for everyone who's told me Happy Mother's Day. Yep, hidden seed oils and starches are your undoing. 100%. And we're all sensitive to different things. So, like most of the people last night ate that ketogenic meal and they were perfectly fine. Absolutely no side effects whatsoever. They were drinking the dry farm wine. They were eating everything that was there and they were fantastic. And then you've got people like me who are super uber sensitive because I eliminated so many things and went without them for so long that now I can't handle anything. So it's really trying to figure out what's going to work best for you. And if I can come to these conferences and I see the amazing healing that's happening from people just being on a keto diet with the inflammatory deadly vegetables, then it's really cool to see that, even that level is extremely beneficial. So let me see. I tried some keto cookies and pecan pie on New Year's Eve 2021, and the day was a bad day. Next day was a bad day. Yeah. I didn't try any of the sweets here at all. Any of them. There was brownies and cookies and pancakes and so many things. And ice cream. And of course, Keto Chow had like pudding, and then they had the drinks and everything. I didn't do any of it because I'm trying to stick to sweetener and dairy free right now to give my body a break. Not helpful, but that's okay. So I travel back tomorrow. The plane ticket to go back today was like $300 or something more. So I'm waiting until tomorrow. So my flight leaves tomorrow. So I have a relaxing day for the rest of the day. I'm going to go back to the room and I'm going to probably try to edit what I recorded earlier for the vendors and things like that. Try to kind of piece that together. I recorded a little bit at the gala, but most of that I just put up on Instagram because it was so loud. I couldn't really talk much. I did take, which I don't think I posted on Instagram, but I took a picture of me in the full length mirror in the bathroom here at the Hilton because my hotel room does not have a full length mirror. So that was the best I could do of me in my dress. It wasn't anything fancy. I wasn't planning on going to the gala. I just happened to bring a dress just in case. So it worked out fantastically. But I think that's my plan. I have eggs and bacon in my hotel room still. Rebel with a cause, right? Yeah. And I was not embarrassed at all, and I would have been perfectly fine fasting if I couldn't eat the food. Would have been absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. I don't feel sorry for myself that I can't have that and I can't have that. And I also don't let it bother me that other people are eating it thinking it's fine. Everyone's got to make their own decisions. They have to be on their own path. I am a mom, and it is not my job to control people who are not my children. And as my children grow older, it's not my job to control them either. So I try to teach them when they're young and then let them learn. Yes, with celiac disease, yeah, you don't ever eat anything that's not just one ingredient. There's always that potential too, that there was wheat of some kind, cross-contamination in the seasoning, because there was seasoning on the steak. And it did have kind of like a sauce or an oil on it. 100%, it was not clean. And if you're a super sensitive individual like me, then you are going to have a reaction. And that's okay. It's the way it is. Pitching a fit about it or being sad about it is not going to change it. So I was very confident in telling people, oh yeah, no, I'm dairy free. I'm sweet. Then, oh, this is dairy free. And I'm also sweetener free and nut free. And, some of the things like that. When I say, but I have kids. And, I can have my kids try all this and they can tell you how it is. And so fantastic time with everybody. Like, Kenworth says I only eat at home or cook lunch to take to work. 99.9% of what I eat is one ingredient. And I think that is honestly the best option possible. And a lot of these things from a lot of those products, even if you talk to the creators of the products, they'll tell you, I don't think you need to be consuming this every single day. I think that on a special occasion, once in a while, maybe a few times a week, in most instances, is as much as you should be consuming of these products. Unless it's kids. Because let's face it, kids would be eating Pop-Tarts every single day. So for kids, eating the keto Pop-Tarts with 20 grams of protein would be a far superior option. It is still a processed food. Keep that in mind. Almost all of these products that I will show you in the video are processed products. But I also think that for some people, it's an okay thing to have a replacement, to have once in a while. There's one guy who's working on it's hard ketones. It's alcoholic ketones. Like crazy, right? He's working on a beer right now, a keto beer. And he's got some phenomenal science that he kind of shares with you in his little spiel. His was like 6.5 minutes or something like that. So very, very scientifically backed products. For most of the things that were there, they have been lab tested. They have also done testing with CGMs and with ketones and things like that for people who have eaten these. It's not just, well, according to the ingredients that are listed here, you shouldn't have a problem with your blood sugar or with your insulin. They actually have the lab results to back up a lot of their products. So that was really fantastic with a lot of the stuff here. But it might be nice if you want a macadamia nut brownie to have on hand for special occasions to have a ketogenic macadamia nut brownie. Because that is far superior to the traditional macadamia nut brownie. You get to make those choices. I am not the keto police. I'm not the carnivore police. I'm going to present you guys with things that, and I'm going to be totally honest. I used to be that person that was like, oh, it's a product. I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. There have been instances where, guess what? I have used it and I've been okay with using it. as long as I do not fall back into the habit of eating a sweet treat or a dessert every single day. And y'all know I can't handle much right now anyways, because we must solve the mystery of Amy. I have no idea what's going on with me right now. Sometimes old habits are hard to break. And for some people, bringing in these keto equivalents is going to trigger you to go back to your old ways, even if it is still just with the keto ones. You have to be smart and you have to make your own decisions about what you're going to do. So I am presenting all of these products. I am presenting all of this information to you so that you can do with it what you're going to, because I am trusting that each and every one of you is a responsible adult who can make your own choices. So I'm going to tell you all those things and you can do what you want with it. Kenworth 2010 says, Amy, I find that too much coffee upsets my stomach. Don't know if you consume coffee. So I have done extensive self-tests with coffee. I've gone off coffee for 6 months. I brought coffee back in. I have done decaf, Swiss water process decaffeination process only, not commercial decaf, which is decaffeinated with chemicals. I have done, that was loud. I have done blonde roasts. I have done extra dark. I have done a ridiculous amount of trial and error with coffee. There was almost no difference between not drinking coffee and drinking coffee. When I brought coffee back in, the only thing that happened is that my mood lifted even more. And that was it. I still sleep fantastically. I seem to be a really fast processor of caffeine. So I could drink a cup of coffee at 6 o'clock in the afternoon or in the evening and still go to bed on time at night and be fine without sleeping, without any problems. So then there's other people who process caffeine extremely slowly. And those are the people that can have like 1 cup of coffee in the morning. And if they have anything past like 10 o'clock, then it can cause them problems. There's some people who coffee will mess with the acidity in their stomach. And then there's others who have absolutely no problem. Like, we're such a huge spectrum of people. So for me right now, because I have the go ahead from my functional medicine practitioner to continue to consume coffee, I keep coffee in. Now, my coffee is not black coffee, and it is not just coffee with fat either. My coffee is honestly a meal. And part of the reason for that is because I have struggled with under eating. And there's a point in time where, yes, you should be eating more. You should be making sure that you're eating whole foods, one ingredient foods, because that is preferable. That is superior. My body does not always play nice. And sometimes I will go to take a bite of bacon. I'll go to take a bite of eggs. And my esophagus, it's called something and I can't remember what it's called because my brain is like super fried right now with scientific everything. But my throat, my esophagus will literally close off and I cannot physically swallow. Like, you can see it clench. I can't swallow it. I can't swallow the next bite of eggs, the next bite of bacon, the next bite of steak. But this is water, by the way. I've been refilling this with water. But my coffee, I can drink. So in that instance, it is preferable for me to get a coffee that has sodium and fat and protein in it, and I'm getting something into myself, falling asleep while drinking coffee. That is an achievement on another level, girl. It's preferable for me to keep the coffee than it is to not eat. So I use coffee as a tool right now to get enough nutrition in because my body is still not playing nice, whether it is one of my autoimmune conditions, whether it is something that's completely unknown. That's kind of the way that I use it right now. And working with Danny, my functional medicine practitioner, and I asked her, I was like, do I need to give up coffee? And she said, nope. Unequivocally, as of right now, from my test results that I have gotten right now, no. So in my coffee, I put a tablespoon of butter, a tablespoon of MCT oil or coconut oil, whichever one I have, a scoop of collagen, and a whole raw egg. So that gives me protein and fat. And then I also put salt in it as well. Because I'm sweetener free, no sweeteners. I do that to 12 ounces of coffee. It's like right around 12 ounces of coffee. I'll do anywhere from 1 to 2 of those a day, depending on how busy I am, depending on whether or not my body is ready to eat, if it's going to play nice. So it's a meal in a cup. Not quite steak in a cup, but it really is a meal in a cup. If I can find anything in the house, if there's, if I make bacon for the kids or something, I will eat a few bites of bacon, and usually that's fine. Like I can get that down just fine. Then I will drink my coffee because then I have used my chewing motion to activate really good hormones that are going to digest the liquid meal better. So Allie says, how are you liking the taste difference without the sweetener? Honestly, it's more robust. It's a richer, deeper flavor. The sweeteners really kind of dull the flavor. And it's kind of fascinating. And I really thought that I was going to be like, I really want this sweetener. I could care less about the sweeteners. It just makes it harder because I can't have things like barbecue sauce because it has the sweeteners in it. So I can't have barbecue sauce. So far, I've been pretty good about getting everything in the way that I should. Like my calories have been pretty good. I'm kind of thinking I probably have some kind of an issue with Redmond seasoned salt because whenever I eat my dehydrated lap steak, I'll sneeze and my nose will start running a little bit. So it just tells me I've got more healing to do, and that's okay. We will get there. Krista said, did you use your stovetop? I have thought about buying one, but I'm afraid I would set off a fire alarm. So the glass induction cooktop I did not bring with me because someone messaged me who had watched one of my videos, and she messaged me. She's like, don't do that. She goes, do not take that in your suitcase, because I was going to check it in my checked bag. She goes, don't do it. They will break it. I guarantee you they will break it. Do not do that. And I was like, okay. So then I decided to take my metal one, my just like square skillet. It's a non-stick skillet, not super healthy, with little pop-out legs because it folds down. So it's like a tilt and fold, I think is what it's called. Tilt and fold by Cuisinart, maybe, possibly. I'm not sure. But I brought that instead. So I keep it in the bathroom because steam happens in the bathroom. So it doesn't set off the smoke alarm. I do not cook it out in the main area of the room because I too am afraid that I would set off the fire or the smoke detector. So I just keep it in the bathroom, whether it's over the sink or if it's, there's literally been times where we have traveled and the only plug that is safely used is in the bathroom on the floor. So I pop up my little thing and I'll put like a towel down underneath and I will sit there on the floor and cook eggs and bacon. But I had to use the microwave to warm up my coffee this time. They didn't have a pot. So it's an adventure, guys. It's fun to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work. But anyways, I should probably let you guys go because like Keto Chow, I think that they're probably packing up right now and I want to go say goodbye to them. I want to go say goodbye to a few other people before they rush on out of here. And then I'm going to head back to my hotel room and I'm going to edit and just take it super easy on this Mother's Day where I don't have to do anything. I'm probably just going to eat bacon and eggs because I went and got bacon and eggs days ago. And sweetener, sugar-free bacon. Yeah. So that is my plan right now. But I wanted to make sure that I went live for you guys today. So thanks so much, guys, for checking in with me while I am here. I have had a blast. I 100% plan on coming back again next year and hopefully gleaning some more amazing information to be able to give on to you guys. And I will get a video up for Tuesday. I don't know what it's going to look like. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'll get you something. I promise. So thank you guys so much and have a fantastic weekend and a happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. I love you all and I will see you when I get back home. So, bye guys.